Hey, you guys. Welcome to Hey DFW with Erin J. I'm your host today, Erin J, of course. I hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, wearing your mask, using hand sanitizer, all that good stuff. So before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor, which is my writing company. It's Specs Custom Writing Services. It's a writing agency that specializes in resumes, thank you letters, curriculum vitaes, and biographies. So check my website out. It's www.specswriting.com. And you can follow me on all social media platforms at Specs Writing. So let me introduce today's guest. Today's guests are two entrepreneurs who developed an app that brings lawn care at your fingertips. Services include lawn care, snow, and leaf removal. Please welcome the founders of the Mower app, Gray Taylor and Douglas Salazar.
Thanks for having us.
Yay.
Appreciate it. Excited to be here.
Did I do your name right?
Yep.
Okay, because as soon as I was about to pronounce it, I was like, you're going to mess it up.
Nope.
Okay, all right. So, welcome. So, you guys, they are actually from Michigan, right?
Yep, from Michigan.
So, and they're in Dallas right now, visiting, doing some stuff.
Yeah.
So, how you like it?
Man, I love it.
It's hot.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
hot.
hot.
It is hot.
It is hot.
But
Okay.
I'm used to it. I spend my summers down here, so
Okay.
it's something I'm used to. But yeah.
Okay. Y'all got anything fun or anything you want to tell us that you know?
I mean, I think we're still exploring. I mean, there's so much to do here. Like,
So
it was
much
still,
opportunity.
yeah, it's so much. Like, I got overwhelmed. I'm like, my eyes got really big. I didn't, you know,
Yeah.
I haven't been to Dallas before. I've been to Houston, but I haven't been to Dallas. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man,
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah. Network is good to you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, okay, well, good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Welcome.
I appreciate it.
So, one thing I like to do is just learn more about my guests and the people that are actually doing whatever the entrepreneurship journey they're doing. So, can you guys tell me a little bit about your background, and we can start with you first?
Yeah. Yep. So grew up in Lansing, Michigan. Kind of an entrepreneur at heart. Both myself and Gray, we I think we've known each other almost 20 years, somewhere around there.
it's a long
Like
time,
sixth
it's a long
grade, seventh
time.
grade.
All right.
Had multiple businesses together ever since like middle school. So I mean, it's just kind of natural for us to kind of do this together. But myself, like I said, grew up in Lansing, Michigan. I founded a produce store in Lansing. So I ran that for about 5 years. And then me and Gray kind of teamed up and kind of created Mower. Pretty much that's about it. I mean, kind of entrepreneur at heart, really.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, great.
I mean, like you said, we knew each other for a long time, and business has been one of our like fortes. I'd say it just came natural from early endeavors when we were fresh out of high school. Just reselling shoes and all that other stuff to where we're at now. But we do do run like a dance studio too. Open a dance studio up in Lansing.
Okay.
It was for the kids, and they love it. So we're keeping that going strong. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now. But outside of that, we got Mower, and we're ready to tackle Dallas now, man.
Push as much as we can.
All right, yeah, the Mower pushing Dallas. I like it. Okay, so can you tell me what inspired the Mower app?
I think it was we did a little bit of gig services before, and then we watched people make these posts like who can do this, who can do that. And I think as a business or looking into doing business, you find out what the consumers want. And that's what we seeing. Like, it's a lot of people, like, I want this, I want that. So, we're like, coming from doing gigs and, and putting our heads together, we're like, this would be perfect,
Yeah.
Let's, like, what if somebody could come out and mow your grass from a push of a button? And we try to make it as simple as possible, and, it's been taken off, so we're really fortunate for that.
Yeah, I was telling Kat before you guys walked in, and we always kind of have like a little chit chat for the kids. So I bought like a condo 2 years ago, and when you first it's my first home, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for stuff. And before I had the realtor, the realtor would send me places to look at. And I would go drive by the places first because, the pictures, you know how they do the pictures.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me drive by because the answer's going to be no if I don't like it. And I remember driving by this house. It was so cute. And I looked next door. This lady was like raking her yard, like slaving. It was like, and I stopped, and it was kind of like one of those Malcolm in the Middle moments where you just kind of draw back and you see yourself. I was like, that ain't gonna be me. That's not gonna be me. I was like, no houses.
Yeah.
Give me an HOA. I'm not gonna do it. But now I can consider that in the future because I would have someone doing lawn work for me because it was just like a nightmare to watch that. Sorry, you guys who do that.
It's hard work.
It is.
I mean, it's hard work.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine doing that. Sorry again, but
I mean, lawn work does persuade people not to live in a house. They'll rather live in like a condo townhouse or something where they don't have to manage the yard. But like you said, this now people can reconsider doing that when it's something so easy. You just press a button and somebody's out there doing all that stuff for you.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, and snow removal is one of them too. So that just. A lot of people just can't physically do,
right?
So, and, their driveway and their sidewalks, and then we have people that go out there and do it.
Yeah, and you need it.
It's a lifesaver.
It's a much needed service, and someone could do it for you while you're at work, and
so
I like it. So we pretty much kind of just talked about the ideal customer, but can you go into more detail about who is the app designed for?
I mean, it serves its purpose for multiple reasons because it could be for anybody. Like you can have somebody who normally mows his lawn. But let's say his lawnmower went out and he really needs it done. A lot of the cities are finding people for having tall grass. So he's like, I don't want to get this fine. My lawnmower is messed up, and I can just press the button.
Yeah.
Or let's say somebody might have an appointment and it might be like disabled or something, and there's snow on the ground. Let's press the button. Somebody will come out, plow that snow for you. Now you can get transported and everything else. So I mean, it's not really a particular person because it can be anybody. And then you can also let's say if I don't have a yard, I live in an apartment, but my mom does. I can put her address in it and request it for her.
I love that. Don't you love that, Kat?
Yeah. So
I
mean, it's a lot of advantages that it does have. Like I had people give people lawn mow, the yards to be cut and everything.
Yeah.
So
see, like my great granny, she wouldn't have been able to, do
yeah.
something like that. And I was worried about, can an older person, get on the app and do that? Well, bam, they don't even have to worry about it.
Right.
You can do it for them.
I have a couple of friends that own some properties and stuff like that. So, you need someone to take care of your yard, you guys, while, you're ready to flip or sell.
Yep.
Download the Mower app. Yep. Don't let code enforcement get you on that high vegetation, you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When that grass hits 2 feet, you're
you're right. We do have a lot of realtors that use the app. I mean, you can put multiple addresses into the app. So let's say if you have 5 properties, you can put all 5 properties into the app.
I love it.
And you choose which one you want at, whatever time you want it done at.
That is so cool.
So can you do commercial as well? Like a big, huge, acreage or land?
I mean, we could, but we're still configuring because every place, the cost of living is different. So I mean, we have to consider that too. So we're still adjusting some things, but I'm pretty sure we could probably tackle that.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm happy I found a need for... I could get a house now, you guys. I could get a house.
You should just get 2.
If I get 2, we hate if Devin made it big, y'all. Okay, so we pretty much just talked about who is the ideal customer. So can you just walk us through a little bit more how it works, like in detail for you download the app, do you sign in?
Yep, so you download the app, and then you create a profile. You can create it through Google, Gmail, Facebook. So you create the profile, and then once you create the profile, you can add your yard in there. So you go in, you put your yard in there, it pulls it up, and then we use it pulls up a map, and you pin out your yard.
Okay.
So kind of outline your yard, and then you can do your snow at the same time, so that way you can have it both in the app, depending on obviously where you live at.
Right.
Yep. So then you put your yard in there, you enter your payment method, just put your credit card information in there. and then you can go ahead and request or schedule ahead of time if you want to. So super easy. We made it as user friendly as possible to make sure that everyone of all ages could use it. The older generation, the younger. Super simple.
Okay, so who comes to the house? Is it a contractor or like how does that work? Who's the person that's
Yeah, so it's I mean it's a contractor. So
Yeah.
so we have depending on the city, there's X
Yeah.
amount of contractors. So they go on the app and if they're online, it kind of bings them, lets them know somebody requests their a service. So they go into the app, they look and see if it's a now service or if it's scheduled, and then they can pick it up. And it's really straightforward, really easy.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. So we talked on the phone a little bit before you guys, before we came to the show, obviously.
Yeah.
And so you said you saw a surge in the DFW area. Were you surprised about that?
Yes, I
I
was.
was kind of surprised.
Yeah, I mean, because we were getting jobs, like we'll get jobs, like in a lot of different states in the U.S. And for some particular reason, Dallas, they were just requesting, and I'm like, what is going
Yeah,
on
and
out
it wasn't.
here?
We weren't like marketing in this area, so
Yeah.
it was kind of
Yeah.
weird. So
Yeah.
it just basically just told us there's a need for that service there
Yeah.
if we're getting all these requests. So that's kind of what made us start pushing it in this area and really driving it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's what we're like. We got to come out here,
Yeah.
man. We got to, we got to meet some of the, partners that are doing these jobs. We got to meet some of the customers, talk to them, see,
Do
what
some
they like, what they
face-to-face.
don't like.
Mhm.
I think that's very important as a business to kind of,
Yeah.
question and improve. So
Yeah, it is. It is pretty cool. Okay, so one of the things I always like to do and how I like to kind of direct the show, I like for people to watch it and get inspired by others. So this question is geared towards anyone who's looking to develop an app. What are 3 major factors to consider for someone who wants to develop an app?
what I would say is look and see what's out there already that's similar to what you're trying to do. Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be an app out there like that. And then what I would say is improve on that app. Look at what's working for that app and what's not working for that app. And then also a lot of what I noticed, a lot of companies, they send surveys out. So I would survey people, ask them about that particular field that you're trying to get into, and then start making your plan from there. I would say don't go into it blind. Do your research. Ask questions. Google. Information is free now. So go on YouTube. Go on Google. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask anybody, and people will respond. The information is there.
Yeah.
Put it together, and bam, you should be golden. So
Okay. What are some characteristics an app must have in order to be successful?
it has to be user friendly. I would say
That's
Yeah.
probably the biggest thing.
And that's like real, like make it simple, not complicated. Because the more steps you have to do, the less likely someone's gonna use that app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start to lose people.
Yeah.
You start to lose them
Yeah.
Because people especially if it's something new. People don't like to learn. Like they don't really like to learn something new. If you can make it simple, where it's just bam, 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 they're gonna use your stuff. But if it's bam, bam, you have to do some other stuff and.
quick. Yeah. Go to a different screen and
Yeah.
then it takes you to an online. It's too much. I mean, you
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
to lose people quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because
And that's why we made it so simple.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
couple clicks and you're done. It's not, it doesn't take you to another app or you got to do this.
Yeah.
It's just super simple. 3
Yeah.
steps and you're good.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's 3 steps creating it. So once you have your profile and your yard, all you got to do is pick your yard and then just hit request. And
That's
it's,
good,
And it's super
yeah.
simple at that point. Once you have everything set up, it's even even more simple. So
Okay.
And to
cool.
touch on that, for those that are watching that are thinking about doing that, don't be afraid. Just jump out there, do it. Because the worst thing to do is live a life with regret that you didn't do that because it could have been the next big thing. So go forward with it. So
That's true. So business partnership. So, a business partnership is basically a committed relationship, and as partners, how do you guys work out the dynamics of problem solving and conflict resolution?
So I would say communication is key with anything. So I think for us, like we have so many different groups. Like we have a Facebook group, we have a text message group, and we got but it's just to communicate. Call each other. I would say if you can't communicate with that person, don't get into business with that person.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, business is hard. I mean, like I had my family, we had a business together, and it's hard. I mean, no matter who you're in business with, it's super hard. But I think the biggest thing is, and on top of communication, is trust. I
Yeah.
think that's one thing that we have pretty much is trust. We trust each other with pretty much anything. And there's a lot of business partners that don't have that trust, and I think that's super key is having that trust with that partner.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I feel like if I'm thinking something, like he's thinking it too. Like it's like we're thinking about the same. It's like twins almost. You know, we're thinking about the same thing and how we should implement a change or something. Like I was thinking that, then like I was thinking that too. Then it works out so perfectly. You know, so I think make sure you get to know the person as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't just get in business with anybody. That's one thing you just can't do. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. What for someone who's listening and thinking about partnering with someone, what would you tell them? Okay, you know, here are 3 things you need to look for if you're deciding to go in a partnership with X.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would those characteristics be or traits?
Like you said, trusting. Make sure they're trustworthy. And
Just their
like
background,
yeah, I
too.
was about to say, look at their background and see like what have they done before, and
See
you
what
can
type
kind
of
of
mindset they have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Mindset is important.
yeah, and you can gauge it off relationships they have. Like it doesn't have to be a business relationship, but any relationship they have with other people. Like I don't get along with people. That's not somebody you should be in business with, you know, because with business you're gonna have to talk to people, you know. So if they're not getting along with people, stay away. So like background, trustworthy. I mean, there's a whole list.
I mean, yeah,
I could keep going on this list.
Okay, y'all heard that.
But trust is the biggest one.
Biggest
I
part.
would say.
Yeah,
trust.
yeah. I can. Yeah, that's true.
That's key. I mean, it's,
yeah.
if you don't trust them, I mean, you're gonna hide stuff from them. You're not gonna be able to talk to
Right.
them. It's gonna break down.
You gotta learn how. You gotta be able to listen too.
Yeah.
Because you can talk all day, but you also have to be able to listen to what the other person is saying as well.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing. I mean, like if I have an idea, he's open to it. If he has an idea, I'm open to it. So it's you know, it's that open communication. You know, open-minded, trust. It's so many factors that go into it, especially with a partnership. It's you know, especially if you're trying to have something to this caliber and this big.
Yeah.
You really got to have all that. Otherwise, it's gonna crumble.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you guys work together to achieve a specific goal? So Gray comes to you with something. How do you guys just start? Do you do a vision board or you write it down?
I mean,
like how does that happen?
Pretty much through text message.
Yeah,
really, 'cause,
I mean,
we're always on the go. You know, whether we're working or doing this or other businesses. So it's pretty much like you text me something. Hey, what about this? And then this, or we'll FaceTime. If we have time, we'll jump on the phone and FaceTime. And I mean, our notes and our phones are filled with just random thoughts that we have. And you know, we'll send that to each other, screenshots like, hey, just in case I forget, here's a list of things I was thinking about through the day or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just whatever we can do.
Okay, so impromptu. Okay, all right. So back to the app. What do you guys feel is your biggest strength right now in the market?
Our biggest strength. That's a good one because I feel like it changes often. But for us, when we first started in Lansing, we knew a lot of people in Lansing. So like when we launched, like everybody, you know, it was more of I'll say in the beginning it was like support. They're doing this with support, but now it's like it's a regular thing.
Yeah.
Like there are
now
people.
They see they need it, and it's kind of good for them. You know, not just supporting us as friends or family or you know, people we know, but you know, now they see it's a service that they like and they need. So now it's just it's natural now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think with that, the word of mouth after our immediate support, and then other people like, oh well, let me try this, and they try it, and then they talk to the other, you know, it's that word of mouth is I think our advantage right now, or our advantage in that particular area.
Yeah.
But you know, people are telling like I think we had I think I have a friend on my Facebook that was in Texas, and she's like, I'm putting this in the neighborhood app or Nextdoor app, and I'm telling everybody, and she did, and I'm like, wow, you know,
Nextdoor is really good.
yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Like actually, we got some customers locally off of the Nextdoor app, so I do like the Nextdoor app.
Okay. Shout out to Nextdoor.
I know. Plug us in too.
right. Okay. So you guys are busy. How do you do the work-life balance with personal life and stuff? You guys got several businesses. You launched your new business, and
It's
So
hard.
what you
It's tough.
do?
Yeah, I would
tough,
say it's
man.
tough, but
Yeah.
I try to only like we do this, but there's other things I'm doing too. But I try to have businesses where I can do it from here. Like I don't, if I have to physically do it, then I'm not trying to be there and do that because it's taken away from me being with my family or like doing this or one of my other businesses. So if I can't do it from here, then I really try to avoid it.
Okay.
Because I'd rather family is big, and I feel like we need to do things with our family. Like I brought my family here. I want them to be at every step that we're doing. I want them to experience it. So
And just see the growth. I mean,
yeah, and
just
see the growth.
and experience it. Yeah.
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 Okay. So when the app first went live, and I want both of you to share this. What was your initial feeling in that moment?
Excitement.
Yeah, I think it was. I think we did a countdown because I think we have to publish it. We started off in the Apple Store.
Okay.
And it was like really like a 3, 2, 1 like this with your finger.
Yeah.
And I think we did that, and we were FaceTime maybe or
Probably FaceTime.
I think we were on FaceTime,
Yeah.
and
we might
like
have been at my store. I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
yeah, but I know we did a countdown. So we did a countdown, and once we pressed the button and it went in the store, it was like, oh my God, we did it. It was a big
process,
feeling.
man. It is a
Yeah,
process.
it was.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
like for us, we didn't have anybody before us doing apps.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have nobody to tell us. Like we had to do all the groundwork.
Yeah.
And we did like it's a good feeling when you do all the groundwork where it's like nobody gave us this stuff. We actually had to work for it. Like it's a better feeling where
Yeah.
we talked to people. We went to universities and hey, do you do this? Do you do that? We found and we assembled a team.
Yeah.
And it felt really good. Like it was like we did it. Like now it's like we could do anything at this point. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Congratulations.
thank you.
That's
Thank you.
a good feeling to have. Okay, so I pretty much have like why should anyone use this app, but we pretty much already talked about like the need for it and how convenient it is, guys.
Super convenient. Yeah.
So we'll just move on to the next question. What is your vision for Mower? Like,
I would say I would love to go. I would love to go global with it. And depending on the market, have niche services for that particular market. Because not everywhere is going to experience snow. Not everywhere is going to have grass. Like Arizona, they really have shrubs and stuff. So we want to find those niche markets and cater to those areas as well. And then go global with it.
Yeah.
Why not? Why just limit
Yeah.
yourself?
It's a service that you can use anywhere.
yeah,
Pretty much anywhere you go.
and everybody needs it.
Yeah, and I mean, we were looking it up, and the landscaping industry is $82 billion industry.
Oh yeah, it's
And
really big.
Yeah, it's really big. So
Yeah.
I'm like, this is putting a new lane into that. So if we can tap into a little bit of that, oh my goodness.
yeah, it's pretty big. How good are we on time, Kat? Okay, well, we're already at the Hey DFW top 5. So
Okay.
I'll tell y'all what that is.
Okay.
So it's basically 20 questions, but it's down to 5. But it's just kind of like fun little small questions about yourself. And that's it.
Okay. I'm ready for it.
That's where it ends.
Is it the hot seat? Is that what it is?
What's the hot seat?
I don't know. I feel
What's
like you're
that
gonna.
Am I telling my age you know what a hot seat is?
Like all the lights dim down, it's just the lights on us.
And then just, like,
You don't know what the hot seat is?
Right.
Oh, hot seat. Hot seat. Girl, I thought he said high seat. I was like,
No,
is that
I'm
the
like,
game?
the hot seat is an old school
Yeah.
term.
Okay. All right. So, but they're fun questions though. So, what is something that you like to eat that everyone hates? And we'll start with you to,
Ooh.
Everyone hates.
yeah. Like, they're like, you know what? You eat that?
Kind of
Like
like,
chitlins.
like me, I like pickles and hot Cheetos
I'm a
together,
That's
picky eater,
disgusting.
so I don't
right?
know, like, I
But
don't-
it's so good.
I
You
don't-
said
I
what?
don't try different stuff. I'm just
Okay.
basic. Like,
What
my
about-
wife gets mad at me because I don't like to try. I'm like, I already know what I get at a certain place, so I don't really try much.
Do you eat pineapple on pizza?
Ew.
Okay, see, then that's one.
Is that
That's
one?
definitely
Okay.
one, because I
That's
don't
my
want
answer
to.
then. I do like pineapples on pizza.
Ugh.
So disturbing.
Mine, I guess mine. I have a. This is how we decide. I'll switch the question up. So, when we decide what we're gonna eat, we go back and forth. So, if it's a place called DeLuca's in Lansing.
I love the Lucas.
And I would
have one here.
default to that. If nobody can figure out, I say DeLuca's. Everybody like, oh man, like they get upset. So I say that all the time. And if nobody says something, we're at DeLuca's eating.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you better choose something fast.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. For someone who doesn't know what DeLuca's is,
So it's like an Italian food, pizza and stuff.
get out of here.
All
But
kinds
I
of
love
pizza.
my favorite food is like spaghetti.
Same.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Chicken
it's like-
Parmesan.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. So like I love Italian food, and everybody else they rather have pizza, burgers, and all that type of
Oh
stuff.
man,
Yeah.
come on.
It's
Anytime,
really
let's
cool.
go to DeLuca's.
And you turn your little thing around, say green or no or something like that. They just bring the pizza around for you and stuff.
See, I think our DeLuca's is different, maybe.
Yeah,
Ours is more
like
like catered. Yeah, it's like a local thing, so it's
Oh.
not like it's probably. But I'm pretty sure it has a similar.
Okay, it's one
Yeah.
here like that.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
That's why I gained
if you
so
come
much
to
weight.
Lansing, go to DeLuca's, check it out. Leave a review. Tell them that we sent you.
Plug
The
number
Lucas,
two.
you guys.
DeLuca's, plug us back in.
Okay, all right. So the next question is, what is your favorite app, and tell us why. Starting with you, Gray.
I would say business wise, I love social media apps, so like Facebook or something. But if I wasn't into business, I probably wouldn't have a Facebook, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's easy to get the word out. You press post and it can get shared. It can go viral. Like I like that. But I would say Facebook for now would be.
What's your fun app? Like, you know
My
what? I'm
fun
gonna
app?
do this.
So if I'm bored, let me see. Like if I'm like on the when I'm on the plane, I download Plants for Zombies. I feel like it's a time killer. So
Okay.
like I'll play that, like I'll play it for like a whole hour and not even know a whole hour went by. So
Okay.
it's the kid in me.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I'm not on my phone a lot. I would say probably music app. That's
Okay.
pretty much all I do is listen to music and search music and new artists and
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite artist?
my favorite artist right now. That's a good question.
I don't think you like the music app, man.
My favorite artist. I've been listening to a lot of Vince Staples. That's probably
Okay.
who I've been listening to a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plug him in, Vince.
Yeah, get that Mower app, Vince.
Is it Vince?
Vince Staples.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I like Pinterest. It's such a cute little time saver.
Yeah, my wife, she's always on
Pinterest.
I tried to get into it, but it was just
I think it's like a girl app.
Yeah,
Like,
you know, I do some business stuff. Like for my business, I can like look for marketing ideas and stuff like that. And you can
Okay.
have your
Yeah.
own little
No.
folders.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to learning because I feel like that's something that like we need to learn too. Like don't knock the app.
Yeah.
Seriously though,
Yeah.
because I want to say like 87,000 monthly viewers on my Pinterest
Mm-hmm.
alone. And like you could do things like taking pictures of your landscapes that you
Yeah.
just
And that's why I
did.
said we're not gonna knock the app. We're gonna learn it.
No, I know you're not knocking it, but
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
My wife
Maybe
says
get
we
on
love
it.
you actually.
Yeah. Because somebody like
Plug us
me,
in.
I have to like, I don't decorate. I don't like to decorate. I don't like to do any of that stuff. Like the curtains that I have hung up and the pictures that I have hung up are because my mom did it. And when I talked to my friends about it, they were like, Erin, no, it's not that bad. Y'all, I have the word love. It's LOVE. I hung up the O 6 months ago, and that was it. That was it. It ended there. So it's an O in my office. And I think nothing about it. I don't get irritated. I just don't care. I need someone to just decorate my house. Do it for me. You know? So
I think that's the
why I
next app. That's the next app right there. Let me
interior
make a
design
note of
app.
it.
Just
Right?
come on,
Right.
like Erin, this would be good for Erin. She's not gonna do that.
Right.
She's not gonna do it. So yeah, that's why I love it. And I have to have I just pin like little ideas of what I want, and I'll send my mom's like, I want this. How do I do this? And go from there. So yeah, that's why I love Pinterest. So who's your favorite superhero? Starting with Doug.
Superhero?
I'm glad to start with you. Give me time to think.
Probably maybe one of the Avengers. I would say Captain America, probably.
Okay, all right. Okay. I took a quiz and it said I was Captain America, and my coworker took it and she was Tony Stark. And we
Okay.
just got into this big debate. I was like, he's so narcissistic. How could you?
Yeah, I'm a big Marvel guy, so yeah,
Okay.
I would say Captain America.
I would say mine is Wolverine.
Okay,
I
Okay.
mean, I feel like when we was kids, like we always chose a character. I always been Wolverine. I was always attracted to that character. Yeah, I mean, like he don't play, he don't take nothing. Like,
He don't. He always ready.
yeah, he is always
Yeah.
ready to go. So I mean,
Okay. All
That was a good
right.
one. Yeah.
hey, thank
Yeah.
you. What about you?
Oh, jeez. Man, man, I don't. That would be way too hard for me. So I dress up as Spider Woman on Christmas morning.
Okay.
And pass out toys to kids. So it might have to be somewhere in the Marvel universe, like Spider-ish. You know, like a Venom or Anti-Venom or.
Okay.
I don't know.
You get one.
It's hard though. I'm a major nerd when it comes to superheroes and comics and stuff. But yeah, I'd say maybe somewhere in the Spider Verse. You know, I can't pinpoint though. I can't choose.
Yeah. I don't think I have a favorite superhero, but I love when Jared Leto played the Joker. I mean, it was just
yeah.
he was so cute.
Yeah.
So I was just,
You didn't care about his powers?
I was like, you know what? I probably like dating.
Wait,
But yep.
that's a super villain.
He is a super villain. Yeah. So I guess you could
But
say
he's
yes.
a hero to some. Like the you
Is
know?
he?
How you look at it.
Yeah, depends on how you
okay.
look at it.
You
Okay.
know, but yeah,
Touche.
that was kind of it. But I was
Clearly,
trying to
she
think.
chose him.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, everybody I like is always the bad guy. Who is that? Like the snap? Is it Thanos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like him. I
Okay.
really like into
So all the
him.
villains.
Yeah, I like the bad guys.
I see you, girl.
Decision making, y'all. Okay. So how do you stay positive?
I think naturally, I think we're just positive. Honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
like I kind of have that conversation with my wife sometimes, but it's like, I don't know, like I just kind of look at the best all the time and not think about what could go wrong. And I think we were just having this conversation yesterday, just kind of looking at the positive in everything and not so much the negative or what could go wrong or what about this. It's like what could go right, you know. And I think that's kind of how I look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, and you know, like especially with business, you have to self-motivate.
You gotta be optimistic
Because
too.
there's going to be a lot of people around you that are, you know, are going to try to drag you down, and you know, I think if you stay positive and it rubs off on people.
Yeah.
That's true. And you know what? How do you guys deal with that? Because when I first kind of started this and really like, you know, launched like my writing business and stuff, it was like different vibes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
you're gonna
me?
Yeah,
Like it ain't even off the
you're
ground.
gonna get
y'all.
that, but you're gonna get
And I was shocked.
Yeah.
for the most part, I think you're gonna get like with whatever you do that is off, you know, outside of working or outside the norm. I guess when you want to go in business with yourself, they're not gonna want to see you shine, and they're not gonna want to see like any idea that you present. They're gonna knock it. That's what that's what a lot of people do. But there are also gonna be those people that support you. So you got to kind of look at the people that support you, and use them as your fuel. And, you know, it helps uplift. Because when we started in some of our other businesses, I had a lot of people say that was a stupid idea. Why'd you do that? You know, that ain't
You're
gonna
gonna
work.
waste your money.
You know, and I'm sure there's still people like thinking that like, well, you know, I look at them up there, you know. But you know, you got to stay positive. You got to keep going. You know, you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving.
You can't let it get to you, otherwise.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get that
And I would
Yeah.
say, and remove anybody around you that isn't a positive influence.
Yeah.
If they're not trying to help, like if they're trying to motivate, or you guys can motivate each other, I think that you should really
distance yourself.
distance yourself.
Yeah.
We got a small group of friends.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
real small. So I mean, outside of that, I mean, we know people, but like our friends like that, like they slim down a lot.
Yeah, it was so shocking for me to experience that because it's just like,
It's shocking.
you know,
at first.
because it's like, it ain't even picked up like that.
Yeah, it goes.
So
I think it's gonna go. It goes from I don't want to see that, like they can't do that, they can't do this. But then when you're finally up there, they're like, I went to school with him. I did that with them. That's actually my cousin's boyfriends.
Right.
It's like that's just the way of life. It
Yeah.
happens. It's been going on forever like that. So
yeah.
we're used to it now. I mean, we've had
Yeah, because y'all
different
been there.
businesses,
Like, it was shocking for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still kind of had, like,
I would
some
just say keep
dealings
it-
with it because I was, in disbelief.
It's gonna be like that, but I mean, you know, it's either you can cave into it or you can keep
Yeah.
going.
You
So
feed off it and keep pushing, try to move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, I do a series, and this series is a Level Up 2.0 series. And if you guys have any advice for someone who's trying to go into business for themselves, wants to, start a new career, or just do something for themselves that they've been wanting to do, how would you tell them to level up? And I want both of you to each answer this one.
I would say just do it. I think when I first started my produce business, my produce store, I was super nervous about it. Me and my family talked about it a lot, and just super nervous to kind of do it. And he had just opened his studio, and I had I don't know how many conversations with him where he's like, just do it. Like, what could go wrong? Just do it. Just do it. I think after I don't know, like the 10th time, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do it. And you just got to overcome that fear. And there was a video I watched like over and over of Steve Harvey talking about taking that leap and jumping. And I watched that over and over, and then it's just like once you finally take that leap, it's like you're just kind of free at that point. It's like there's nothing holding you back.
Yeah.
So that would be my advice. Just do it. I mean, what could go wrong? You know, what could go wrong?
Yeah. No, I'll agree. I think it's just like a just do it. One thing that we hold on to, we'll have a million reasons why we should, but that one reason that why we shouldn't, we'll go with that. That outweighs all those a million reasons. So I think everybody should, get rid of fear. That's what it is. It's that doubt. It's like, what if this happens? Yeah. You have to get rid of that. And then once you do that, you're gonna be like, man, I wasted so much time being nervous, when I could have been had this business. I could have been doing that.
Yeah.
At the same time though, business isn't for everybody, but I would say try your hand at it. Just see it what you do, because you'll never know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much it for our show, you guys.
Oh man, that was
quick.
too quick.
Was it? Okay, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And I have a graphic up with your information on there. So, but I do want you guys to tell people where they can find you, but it's also on the graphic for those who had to Google technologies.
Okay. So
the word.
So most of everywhere we've kind of shortened everything to Mower. That's MOWR, no E. But some stuff like our in Apple Store, we're Mower Technologies. But all of that is us. So look up Mower, look up Mower Technologies, and it's us. So
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Yep. All that stuff.
App Store, Google Play Store.
Okay. All right, you guys. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Hey, Elijah. Kids, what's up?